right, so thank you for tuning in. We're going to be doing something that we do more of in a private setting, but we wanted to show you guys exactly how this works when we bring in collectors, and we like to show them some watches, whether they know about them or not. Teach them maybe what they should be wearing on the weekends, when they've got some off time. So me and CQ decided to bring in 2 players from the Philadelphia Union to actually talk about watches. So we got Keegan Rosenberry and we got Richie Marquez, 2 players from the Philadelphia Union, and today we're going to play a little game with them called Which Watch. The object of the game is we're going to bring out 2 watches, 1 for each of them. They're going to try them on, tell them what they like about each watch, and then they're going to pick a watch, whether it's their own or the other person's. So, without further ado,
let's start.
Let me bring out our first pairing. So, with the soccer theme, obviously we thought that some Hublots. It was a big thing this World Cup. All the referees got these Hublot, digitalized monitors for them to be able to tell the times throughout, any subs or anything like that. So it was a very cool thing.
Yeah, no, Hublot is really cool brand. Been around for a while, but since I'd say early 2000s when they really made a big bang with the Big Bang, right? Which is basically, this is a modern version of the Big Bang right here in limited edition. But they're really cool because they're a brand that really partnered up with sports and soccer and FIFA especially, where they've done editions for Juventus, multiple FIFA Cups, multiple World Championships. There's Hublot watches, and in every FIFA match, it's all Hublot scorecards and stuff like that, and they really partnered up. And there's also Hublot Loves Football, which is like a charity that helps young soccer players around the world, as well as a Pele watch. So there's one watch that really ties with football and soccer really, really well. And I think these two pieces kind of exemplify the Hublot spirit. They're cool, they're funky, they're unique, and I use a lot of different materials there as well.
Yeah.
Art fusion, as they say.
Yeah. So this one is going to be the Big Bang Unico. It's a limited edition to Japan. So this is a very nice piece. Richie, I'm going to give that one to you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. So this one is also a Big Bang. Also a limited edition with the rubberized strap with the alligator on the outside, which is a special piece. I'm going to give that to you.
Thank you.
So if you guys want to throw those bad boys on, check them out.
And these are 2 pretty cool watches. They're both in ceramic. The one that Richie has on is really nice. I love the white dial that's on that piece. Really gives it a nice stark contrast to the black ceramic. It's also semi-skeleton as well. So it's legible, but it still gives you that mystery feel. You can kind of see through what's going on. It's also a little bit bigger.
So the cool things about those straps especially is that a lot of them watch brands just use material like alligator or calfskin. What Hublot does really well is they put the material on the outside, but they rubberize the inside, which minimalizes wear. You usually get alligator straps that just wear down after a few months. With those, you can get them a little wet. You could be sweating on activities and stuff like that, and it won't ruin the strap, and they last a lot longer. All right, Richie, what do you think of that one?
Well, the first thing I did notice was actually with the carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I thought that was really dope because there's a lot of cleats that have carbon fiber beneath them. So that was the first thing.
Okay,
That was the
with the
first thing.
cleats.
That's the first thing
Wow.
I
Little
noticed.
game day.
I saw that, so I thought that was cool. That it looks rugged, tough.
Yeah.
Something that maybe could go through some damage. And when you said that you can go sweating, the first thing I thought was maybe hiking or something, kind of that. And
definitely be very active. The great thing about, like you were saying, with the straps, because I think piece of rubber, you can have fun. They're some of the most wearable. And the ceramic, they put a little bit of tungsten in there, so it doesn't really take up scratches. If you hit it with a hammer, it will break. But if you wear this on a hike, and even if you fell, you won't really scratch the case at all. You just dust it off and it'll look the same. So it's a very good, everyday, kind of do anything you want with type of watch.
What do you think of that one, Keegan?
I like this one a lot. One of the first things I noticed was actually how it fastens. Really like that they use the logo of their the H here as it fastens. I thought that was really cool. That's probably what most of them are, but
I mean, it's
the first
the
time
little
I've seen one, so.
It's the little touches with brands like these. AP has stuff like that.
Yeah.
Rolex has stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the little touches that put it over the edge. I mean, if you're spending good money on these watches, you definitely want those little touches.
Yeah, I definitely like the blue too. I don't personally usually wear like blue and black together, but I like the way that the blue and black works in this watch. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a deep color, so the contrast kind of blends really well off each other. It's still very legible. They do a black on black one too that's not as readable to me. With the blue, you can actually see what's going on, and not kind of struggle there.
Yeah, a little night blue. A little night blue there. All right, so if you guys had to pick one of those, which one would you guys pick?
I would probably go with that one if it was me.
Okay, and why?
I don't know. I guess it's just more my personal style. I feel like I would probably utilize that one more, wear it more often. Again, I think it's maybe just a black and blue thing for me.
Okay,
But,
all right, okay.
That's what I would say.
It's got to go with most of your clothes, so
That's right.
if that's got to be important,
That's right.
100% the black ones. What do you think?
I actually was gonna say the black one as well.
Okay.
I feel like this is something Batman will wear or something like that. So,
Yes.
I think it's actually dope. The black and the white, it matches pretty much with almost everything.
Yeah, I mean, Hublot does a lot of very cool black watches. They have like all blacked out versions. I mean, black dials. Even the white dial with like the skeleton eyes is something that they do very, very well.
Yeah, some would even say they kind of brought back black watches. Like 10 years ago, they had the Big Bang all black, and that was the first time everything was black. Even the loom was all super black. So you saw a lot of other brands kind of follow that phantom or all black kind of colorway come out. So they're, to me, not the founder of it, but they're definitely somebody who kept pushing it, and they find unique ways to play with, like Berluti editions with leather and stuff like that. So Hublot has a lot of fun. It's a brand a lot of people maybe they take shots at because it's a little bit younger, and the stylistically it does look a little bit like an AP, but people forget the word Hublot is actually French for porthole. So at the end of the day, it's all designs that make it look like a porthole. So that'll always be an element of the timepiece there. But I'd go that way too. That's such a cool edition with that white dial.
I was just gonna say, looking at this face, like there's like levels to all.
Oh
the,
yeah,
all the little
lot
details
of
and
depth
stuff.
there.
Really cool.
This is a little bit more classier. I like this, like, maybe with the suit. This would look.
I think
real
so.
nice.
With a suit that blends really well, and that just be good for every day. Just out on the beach, just traveling around.
Next, we're gonna bring out the King brand. All right. Obviously, I'm sure you've heard of Rolex before.
What's that?
Exactly. What's that? Well, what we decided to do is obviously you guys are athletes. So, sometimes watches, you like to have a little bit more comfortability. So with these two, they're actually on the Oyster Flex for Rolex. So this one's going to be the Yacht-Master in rose gold with the black bezel, black dial. And this one is a special one, the Daytona, which is a very hot watch right now and an extra special when it's on this Oyster Flex. So I think I'll give you the Yacht-Master and you the Daytona.
So the big thing with the Oyster Flex for Rolex is, for decades there was no Rolex available on a rubber or any sort of rubber strap. So when these first came out, the Yacht-Master came out first on that Oyster Flex strap, it really kind of changed the world because you had this nice luxury piece that you could wear every day. The Oyster Flex is their own rubber and has like some metal kind of blades in there, so it's a little bit more firm, and when it's fitted properly, very, very comfy on the wrist. So it's nice to have a good luxury piece. You don't have to go aftermarket to get that strap, and Rolex also provided it. What I really love is when they did it, they released a lot of new colorways as well. So with that Yacht-Master, it was never available with that black ceramic bezel in the Ever Rose Gold from Rolex. So you got a clean, classy piece, luxury, but still something that you could wear every day, beat up, have some fun with, and really not worry about it, especially with that ceramic bezel on it. Real, it's a winner there for sure. And then on the Daytona, really nice. Again, the Daytona is sporty, very classy piece, and on the Oyster Flex, it just makes it a little bit more sporty. And that one with the yellow gold and the black ceramic bezel, I think the contrast on it is just pretty clean and classy. All
right, so you're first, Keegan. What are your impressions?
This is awesome. First of all, I am normally like a metal strap guy, but I find myself really liking this Oyster Flex that you're talking about. I've never really felt a material like that. It's super comfortable, and I think that's like the benefit of having not a metal strap is how comfortable it is. But you still get like the authenticity and like the feel of a metal watch with the face, just because of how heavy it is. But I'm usually not a rose gold guy either, but this is really cool. I like it a lot.
Go ahead. What do you think about the Daytona there?
It's decent.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent.
This is decent. This is nice. This is really nice, actually. This is, I have something similar to this, but nowhere as nice as this. But I'm a big fan of, like, the gold and actually the black rubber. I think it's classy. Classy. I think this could go with anything, really. You could.
Yeah.
This is a showstopper right here. People will be asking about this for sure if they see it on you.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the Daytona, there's a lot of different dial combinations that they work with, a lot of different metals. They've got them on leather straps and all of that. So if you had to choose one, which one do you think you're choosing?
I mean, from what I see, I would definitely go with this one.
Okay.
Like I said, I think it's something that stands out, pops out a lot. The gold especially. This one is insanely nice as well. But I see myself with something like that for sure on a daily basis.
All right, so you picked the Daytona. What do you think?
I would probably do the same.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's we agree again, unfortunately, but.
Unfortunately.
Is this the hive mentality?
Nah, I don't know. If I take the losers, I'm happy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
take
for
whatever
real.
you guys don't want.
It's a tough toss up there. I think the Daytona definitely has a little more action going on the dial, but either one are great, like every day, but nice.
Is the Oyster Flex thing, like that band, like a recent thing, or has that been around for a while, or?
No, very recent. This I think this watch came out maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago by now, and the Oyster Flex came with that. So before that, Rolex did only leather or
I
some
was
type
gonna
of
say,
metal.
I don't think I'd ever seen that, like kind of like a
No,
rubbery
no.
feel from them. It
at
didn't
all.
seem like their brand. You know?
Yeah, no, it wasn't their thing, and honestly, there are a lot of aftermarket guys who started to do rubber straps, and I think that pushed them into it a little bit more.
All right, so we got another awesome brand,
What we got?
which you guys should definitely get yourselves into. Audemars Piguet. So, what we have here is two very special pieces. The first one here is going to be the 15400 Royal Oak. This is a piece just like the Daytona, selling above retail, pre-owned, because nobody can get this. And this blue dial is actually a special boutique edition. You can only get at AP boutiques. So to have one pre-owned is very beneficial for us. And the second one is going to be a Royal Oak Offshore. A little bit bigger. It's got the chronograph, which is the most produced complication, but the least used. So you could time, your wind sprints with this big metal bracelet.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the Offshore, and I'm gonna give you the 15400.
This is another interesting matchup because you got like two like classics. 15400 being the most modern version of the classic Royal Oak, came out in the 70s and really defined what sports luxury or luxury on a steel bracelet would be. Then on Richie's side we have the Royal Oak Offshore, but that particular version, one of the original iterations that came out in 2006 as well. So two of the classic APs here. So one cool thing about the Royal Oak is even just their name alone. First based on a tree that was in the Royal Yard of England that a king would go and hide into, and then onto the battleships. There's always been Her Majesty's Royal Oak in the British Navy. So it represents not only luxury and royalty, but also strength and resilience. So that's what falls through in the watch as well. Something that is luxury and elegant and delicate a little bit, but still strong, rough, and you could traverse any ocean with at the same time.
Are you feeling that, Keegan?
I really like this one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to take this one off.
It
It's
does-
really difficult.
doesn't come off, just goes.
Yeah, no, that's on for life. All right, so Richie, what do you think first?
I like this one actually. I'm a big fan of like when things that look tough.
Yeah.
And this is a watch that looks tough, like something like I said that I like to be outdoors a lot,
Yeah.
and this is maybe a little too classy to be outdoors with, but
Yeah.
it's got a little sense of that rugged look that I enjoy, and I could see myself wearing this, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
More than
Yeah.
anything.
Keegan, what do you think about that one?
I'm a big fan of this one. So when they first pulled them up, like I thought of like a vault. Like that's what they look like to me. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like I think it's the material a little bit and the color. But also like he was saying, like they look like super strong. They look.
Yeah, they're heavy on the angles, so you definitely get that feeling of something strong,
Yeah.
iron encased.
But yeah, I would probably, if we're picking between, I would probably pick this one. The face is a little like less raised. This is pretty big face, and I'm always like a smaller face. I mean, I'm just a smaller guy, so I like a smaller.
The case size like the.
Face.
Yeah, they definitely like the 15400s is half the thickness of the offshore as well. The offshore is really meant to be a diver, so it's definitely going to be the thicker of the two, and the Royal Oak is just meant to be more of a clean everyday. You could get it under a suit. You know, I have one offshore and fit it under a suit, but it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's definitely good for everyday, you know, doing things with maybe not the dressiest watch. Whereas a 15400, you can fit on a pretty any situation. You know.
All right, Richie, which one are you picking?
I'd probably pick the same one as Keegan, simply because it's the smaller face. I'm a big fan of that as well.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are with the market right now.
Yeah, no, versatility. You know, there are people, you know, that if they knew we had a blue dial would run. You know, especially this isn't brand new, but if it was a brand new piece, you really can't get it. And that blue is so soft, and it is much more versatile. You know, especially if you're not gonna have a big collection of 30, 40 pieces. If you're just gonna have a few pieces that you wear on and off, you definitely want to have something that's a little bit more versatile. And you know, as beautiful and as much as I love the offshore, you could definitely get away with the 15400 and not have to think about it as much with the offshores. You need something with a little bit bigger cuff and all that stuff. Yeah, you don't want to even think about it.
Yeah, I like that blue a lot too. I don't feel like that actual shade you don't see too often in a watch.
No, it's
especially
really
like
nice.
You said with the face.
Really nice blue. It's not too shiny, but it's not even a heavy matte. AP really did a nice, good job. And then on the Royal Oaks as well, you have the tapestry design, which is those little boxes on the inside.
Yeah.
So all that blends in with the watch, and just the way the light hits it is a very, very nice blue, and that's what is very, very hard. They did a gray dial as well. That was a boutique edition, a very limited edition. That's really nice. But the blue among all 4 versions is just really just clean, classy, and it's not too blue. You know, some watches out there are very heavy on the color, and you're like, this is a little too much. This is, you know, very, very conservative, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
After.
Yeah.
All right, so the last big dog. So we'll end it with some Rolex again, but these are in a different class to themselves. So these are day-dates. So the thing with the day-date is they're really synonymous with OGs. Just the biggest gangsters that you could think of. Who's worn a day-date that's to note?
Everybody, to be honest with you. You know, the president is what is known for, so presidents wore it first, but then it became for a long time. You know, Rolex is that one brand where even if you don't know watches, you know Rolex, right? It's in the top 10 of like worldwide brand in there with Coca-Cola, you know, Coca-Cola and things like that. So of the Rolexes, the president was always that watch that you reach for, that presidents wore, that if you're OG, if you're out there doing whatever, that if you hit the top level, that's what you wore. So you've seen presidents, athletes, musicians, every person from the walk of life, you reach a certain type of level, and then you want to jump into a president.
Richie, get the rose gold. Keegan, some white gold.
So the president, of course, is the day-date. So obviously, has the day and the date there. What's very unique for the president is they're all made in precious metal. White, rose, or platinum, or the Tridor that was made a little while back. The bracelet is also very unique. You know, you might see a lot of Rolexes out there that either have their Submariner, have the Oyster Link, which is a little bit more solid, or the Jubilee, which has a lot of loops in it. These have only 3 loops, so they're a little bit more solid. They're brushed on the side and then polished down the center.
There's 2 different dial versions here. So you've actually got the baguette version. So it's got a little bit of, you know, some jewelry in there, something a little bit to throw it over the edge. While Keegan, you've got the Roman numerals on there, which is a very nice touch. So Richie, what do you think of that one?
I like this one. It's something that's subtle and classy. And the first thing I noticed was actually that it was heavier than other watches.
Yeah.
This is what I was like expecting some of those watches to feel like. Right away you sense that durability, and I don't know, I think just once you hear Rolex, like you guys were saying, as soon as you hear that name, your eyes light up. So
yeah,
it's cool to see.
Yeah. Keegan, what do you think?
I really like this band. What I noticed about it is, I don't know, you know, technically like watch terms how you describe it, but the other ones are like restricted when you try and bend them.
Yeah.
And this one is like
Very fluid. It hugs you.
Can, like,
it
go
goes
right next
with
to each
you.
other. Yeah.
It's a one watch where like you can size it like a little bit tighter and it'd be okay because it just kind of it works. The links work with each other very, very well.
And
Makes
super
it,
comfortable.
So much more comfortable, and also I'm big proponent of just like how heavy they are. Again, like in my mind, even like with the cheaper, like some knockoff watch, if it feels heavy to me, it feels cooler. So obviously that's not the case here, but I think I would. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah,
So this is a tough one.
This is pretty
that
tough.
rose gold is nice. The baguette, the diamonds on that is like I had that in the office a couple days ago, and I was like, oh man, this is me. This is me. I can see it.
I think I would actually probably go with that one. I really like the Roman numerals. Like that's probably one of my favorite faces. I'm super like simple when it comes to a face of a watch. I like it small and like it like pretty simple. I like the Roman numerals a lot as opposed to when you have these jewels or I don't know. But I think that one's probably doing it for me.
Okay. Richie, what do you think?
I also like the Roman numerals. However, I think the Roman numerals are dope, but I think I would take the rose gold on this one just because it looks very classy. And I just keep picturing myself wearing like a suit or something and casually dropping this gold or rose gold Rolex.
Maybe game day,
the
press room,
something. Yeah. And it stands out a little bit more to me, but the face, I'm a big fan of this face.
Yeah. I mean, because they do it on both, so we can get you the best of both worlds, the rose gold with the Roman numerals. So don't worry, we'll get that ordered for you. But no, I mean these just unapologetic luxury. If you see somebody wearing that, they're a very important person. The weight that you guys are feeling is exactly what is needed for a watch like this. You don't want it to be light because you want to feel exactly what you've got on your wrist. You want it to move and feel that weight because, it takes a very important person to, rock these. So this has been great. We want to thank you guys, for playing around with us with these watches. And for you guys at home, we do this all the time with collectors. We like to have fun with our collectors and especially people that maybe don't know as much about watches. We'd love to have people come in and teach them a little bit about it. So, at the end of the day, when they are wearing something like this, they at least know a little bit about what's, they're rocking on their wrist. So, we appreciate you guys coming by.
Absolutely.
We hope to see you guys some more. And, go Philadelphia Union.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.